Good morning, boys and girls of the internet. Today is Friday, April 6th, 2018. This will be vlog number 94. Yep, 94. Friday. Tonight's gonna suck at work. Well, not really suck, but like one of the other guys I work with, he's on vacation this week, so I'm gonna be all by myself tonight, all night long. Thankfully, Fridays are pretty relaxed and there's not much drama happening, hopefully. You never know, things can happen. Last night at work we had a little system issues and it was fun. Yeah. I went and ordered a couple of new photography gear parts. Not expensive stuff. I got like a quick release plate. I did buy a microphone, like a shotgun mic, like a little mini one, just in case, like if I'm going to be doing some like vlogging, with my main camera or anything, I kind of want to have some good, audio coming into it. So I'm going to try this little thing out. So what else did I get? I got I bought a beauty dish. I always wanted to kind of try out a beauty dish just to kind of see what kind of results you get when you doing like, especially like portrait photography and stuff. Probably not so good for lighting up a whole person's body, because I'm pretty sure like the fall off on that thing's gonna be pretty ridiculous because it spreads the light out a lot over a wider area. It's good for like portrait type work. From what I read, I saw all kinds of examples and I looked up online. They also have like silver and white coated beauty dishes. They said the silver one reflects better, but it's slightly harsher with the shadows. But and the white one's good. It's a little bit tiny, a little bit softer. But you lose like a half a stop of power from your light. So I figured I kind of wanted the silver one to kind of reflect better. And it does have a diffuser on the front of it, so you can, soften the light back up with that. So give that a shot, see how it goes. So I should be getting that in about a week, and I'll do some practicing with it. I got some like burps and agita going on. What else? Not much oh god, I can't stop yawning. Not much going on this weekend. I still need to go see Ready Player One. It looks good. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. And I do want to see it before Avengers comes out. Because I'm pretty sure once that comes out, like, theaters are going to be packed. So, and now that Ready Player One's been out for a good, 2 weeks now, it won't be as crowded in those theaters. That's always my thing when I go see a new movie. It's like I want to wait like at least a week or two, so it's not so jam-packed. Of course, nowadays with like the way they have most movie theaters now, like you're not sitting right on top of people. You have like those reclining seats now, and they have like a little bit of separation in between the seats, so that's kind of good. The assigned seating thing is kind of shitty, but I kind of like to go into a theater and look and pick what I can. But I guess it's kind of good, like before you even go into a theater, you can like see where you're going to sit. And I've actually had it in times where like I looked at it and like I'm not gonna go see that movie, and I've decided not to see a movie because of the seating pick, was shitty. So I'm hungry. What did I eat? I had a Subway sandwich last night at work, and I had some cookies. I tried the M&M's has these new flavors of M&M's that you can get. And they're pretty good. One is they're all like a crunchy, has like a crunchy center, like you can get like regular M&M, crunch, and I guess it has like it has like a cookie crunch. It's like almost like a Rice Krispie type crunch, I think. It's hard to say. But anyways, they have 3 new temporary flavors, and I guess you can vote on what one you like. One's a mint, which of course I love chocolate mint. Like chocolate chip ice cream, mint ice cream, that's pretty good. Another one's a espresso flavor, which I was like, don't they already have a coffee nut one? They do, but coffee nut is, it has an actual peanut in it. This one is just espresso crunchy, and that's not bad. It's pretty good. Tastes like the coffee nut, but without a nut. And then they have a raspberry flavor, which I was like, I'm not a big fan of raspberry, but this one's actually really good. I think the raspberry one's my favorite because I like that. It's a little different to have like a chocolate and like a little bit of fruity flavor into it, so that's pretty good. And if you get the espresso and the raspberry one, if you eat them together, that's really good. That's a good combination. Not so good when you add in the mint along with all that, but espresso, raspberry, M&M chocolatey goodness. It's good stuff. Yeah, I have a lot of interesting subjects to talk about today, don't I? I want to make this vlog short and to the point, to no point. And one other thing, man, like on YouTube, you start watching certain channels, or like you watch certain videos and you see related videos. Of course, the other day I saw some flat Earth videos, like people showing how dumb flat Earth people are, and there's a whole channel kind of devoted to like making fun of flat Earthers, and they just call it like flat Earther, like full retard mode. And I've been watching some of those videos. My hope for humanity is diminishing quick. Thankfully, these people are a very small population. I'm hoping, and thankfully they don't have much influence. And most anybody with any bit of common sense and reasoning will look at these people like they're crazy, because they clearly are. And it's funny to look at them and, whenever they talk, like, even if they start talking about something that's a normal subject that has nothing to do with what they're talking about, they're off their rocker. They're not put together all right. They're a few cans short of a 6-pack. They got some screws loose. And there's one video that started off and it had this guy. Apparently he was out in like a field trying to do some like astronomy to prove something, probably some flat earther crap. But I'm assuming he was trespassing somewhere because there was some cops in the area, like talking to him. Yeah, but he was like filming himself, and he was talking about how the cops are there and infringing on his rights and stuff. And like the way he was talking, I'm like, this guy is a loon. And the cops is kind of like, it's like, well, we're just gonna take down your information, we'll tell you, not to come around this area anymore because you're trespassing. They didn't like arrest him or nothing, but they should have committed his ass because he sounded insane. I don't know. Like you see the cops are like shaking their head like this guy's a lunatic. Just once I want to go up to one of these flat Earth idiots and just kind of have a discussion with them. There's one video I was watching that the guy he was talking to a flat earther, and he wasn't being insulting to him. He was talking to him, giving him respect, respect on a human level, right? And just kind of asking him basic questions like, well, what about this? What about that? And some of the questions he asked him, you could tell he was stumping the guy. Because the guy was like clearly making some crap up on the spot, and he didn't know how to explain himself very well. But it was a good like 20-30 minute video, and this guy was like, he's just talking back and forth. He's all like, well, No, look at this. Look at these pictures I brought of, apparently these are, someone sent up a little like balloon with a GoPro on it. And, in this picture, the horizon of the Earth looks curved. This picture looks straight. This picture looks, convex. Or concave, I should say. How can that be? It's like, oh, look at, the beam across your head, like, in this room. Does that look flat to you at all? It's like, yeah, if you see it flat, you could prove that's flat. This picture doesn't. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're talking about a picture from a GoPro. Way up high altitude. GoPros have a wide angle lens on them. Lenses that have a curvature to them, when you turn them a certain way, anything that's, no matter what object you're pointing it at the very edge of them, when you turn their angle, things are gonna not be straight. If it's a surface that is, has a curve to it slightly, when you turn it, it will flatten it out. If you turn it more, eventually it will turn like concave, because that's how wide of an angle the lenses on it are. And when you look at all these like flat Earth, like they want to look at evidences and they try to look up pictures. It's like, well, nothing's ever going to be good enough for you people, because you're always going to, find fault of what you're looking at. It's like you're looking at a lens, and the lens itself has curvature in it, and it could distort the image that you're looking at. Oh, how come there's no images of the Earth, that's not composite? Because hardly anything out there that is pointing right back down to Earth that can take pictures is not high up enough to get the Earth in one complete shot. You have to stitch it together. Now, a few months ago, Elon Musk sent his freaking, Tesla car up in space, and he had cameras on it. Eventually, that thing got far enough away to get the Earth all in one shot behind the car, in a circle. You can see how the Earth is a sphere. People thought that shit was fake. It's like, oh, that's just CGI. They didn't really send up a car in space. They think of any excuse. And they were trying to I guess they were like, a lot of these flat earthers are very anti-SpaceX. They call it like fake X. And they claim that anything SpaceX does to shoot up like a rocket into space is fake. It's all CG. And they were like showing like the video of their two Falcon 9 rockets coming down to Earth, and they're saying, oh, look how fake that looks. It looks so CG. There were people right there looking at it. You could have been, if you really want the proof of what SpaceX is doing, you would drive your ass down to Florida and see the fucking things land with your own eyes. But no, they rather just see the video and say, look, the video's fake. If you think it's that fake, go down there yourself and watch a launch, and watch the rockets come back down to the ground and land. Now, of course, if they miss the land and the thing crashes, which it does happen, then it crashes. But you can see the rockets come back down to Earth. Another lady was like, "Oh, how come you could send stuff up into space? Send up these satellites, but yet, when the rocket booster comes back down to Earth, it can burn up in the atmosphere. How come it doesn't burn up going out, but coming back down, it burns up?" Well, stupid. If you want to come back through the atmosphere downward, you're going from no friction into a friction atmosphere, of the air, and you come down there really fucking fast. If you have nothing to slow you down, you're going to burn up. Now, when you come back down way faster than when you fucking left. Way faster. Now, if you were to go up through I'm assuming, I'm not a scientist, but if you go up through the atmosphere at the speeds that if you come back, these satellites and rockets burning up the atmosphere coming down, you go through the same speed going back up, it's going to burn. It's going to, the friction of it's going to burn up unless you are able to go that fast after you go out of the atmosphere, or when the atmosphere starts to dissipate, gets lighter. And that's why, like, when a space shuttle or any type of re-entering capsule that's holding humans come through the Earth, that's just got to slow down. And they have to do it at an angle, because when they do it, if they try to come straight through, you're going to burn up instantly. If you try to come at it too shallow of an angle, you'll skip off the atmosphere because it's too much friction. So that's why they have to angle a certain way, and they actually use that friction of a certain angle of re-entry to slow themselves down. But that's why they put heat shields on it so they don't burn up. So, but these people, they'll never accept explanations like that, because it flies in the face of their bullshit. And they'll say, "Oh, that's just NASA lying people, talking." Well, if you think every scientist in the country that deals with this stuff is lying to you, you're not going to believe anything. Become a scientist yourself. You can do that. Study the information. If you don't believe anything, do the math yourself. Math, no one has to lie to you to teach you math. 2 + 2 = 4. You can do the math. You can keep doing math from that and figure it out yourself. But these people aren't genuine. They don't want to go through all that effort. They'd rather look at videos or stupid information online that confirms their batshit beliefs, and they use that as their evidence. There's some more shit. I could talk about this fucking shit all day. Anyways, this was going to be a short video, but it turned out to be a long video. So, anyways, I'm going to stop being mad at these idiots. I'm not mad. It's just so ridiculous and it blows my mind. But I'm going to end this vlog for today. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day, and I love you.